playing in the street, chilling, relaxing, never time to eat. Just kids in a daydream, always feeling free. Family. Family.
Connections. The feeling of a bond when a family's love is strong. Laughter like a song. Times may be rough, but they'll never be wrong. Campfire stories lasting all night long.
Smiling excited, just bought my ticket where I'm flying. Family waiting for me, lots of love to show. Best hands is what we all claim. Touch you, catch us our game.
For me, the musical process always starts at the bass. I like to, first, we start out with a beat. We start out with a smooth rhythm, and together we collaborate. We all listen to it together, we share ideas, we brainstorm. And from the brainstorming is where we put down the lyrics onto the paper. And that tends to be where we find our toughest struggles. But after that is when we really start to come together, and it's when we come together we hit a zone. We become a unit, and once that unity is formed is when we find the real masterpiece, which we created, which I'm really
we had
proud
been
of.
tour for about 3 weeks, about 52 cities in about 3 weeks, so it was a pretty tough one this time. You know, but you know, being an athlete pretty much, because you're on stage all the time. That's not the point. One day, I believe it was Amanda came downstairs all excited, and she was talking about family, and Troy was like, "That's a great idea, spectacular," I believe he said, and we just ran with it from there. And
I was sitting and I was watching some TV, and I thought to myself, you know, family is really the core of who I am. And I came downstairs, my boys were goofing around, and I just said, you know, let's collaborate. Let's make something that can change our lives. Let's be a family. And from there, just kind of flowed through me, flowed through my veins, my thoughts, my voice, which is heavenly. And it's pretty much how it happened for me.
Musical talent. Music has been stressed in my family for years. It's something that I grew up with. I grew up listening to the greats like Gladys Knight, Marvin Gaye, the Pips, the Temptations. I think that from an early age I was put into piano lessons, and I didn't like it at first, but the fact that I was put into it, I enjoy that I have at least a decent amount of talent now. And I just think it started from there and kind of, it grew off. And it keeps growing.
I believe I was about four and a half, and I was in a talent show, a high school talent show. And I did about 5 minutes of ventriloquism. Didn't go so well. Who would have guessed? But then I settled in and I did an a cappella version of Sweet Cherry Pie, and it was a real good, like, there was a good aura in the room after I did it, and it was very wholesome, and everyone loved it, and it was probably my 17th favorite music moment, 18th. So, you know, that's probably the first time I was. Well, actually, a year before that, I was at a bat mitzvah, and the singer didn't show up. I don't know why. So I did my ventriloquism again. You know, that didn't go well. But I did that, and it didn't go well.
It's a tough one. There's many things come to mind. It was probably 30 minutes ago, really. I sat down and started writing. And my talent just kind of flowed through me, and I said, hey, I could do this for a living.
I believe, well, I met Troy about, I would say about 17 years ago, and I was at a gas station at Texaco, and I was working the late shift. He came in, I believe you were driving to get gas, and you were on the intercom, and you said it to me, and I was like, that's the voice of an angel. I said it out loud.
Of an angel.
And, you know, it's a really big comment to give someone, and he definitely deserves it. And so after that, I mean, we did a few dive bars. We just sang a cappella.
You got to start somewhere.
And it didn't go as well as what I mean.
There were some rough times. You don't know you're low until you get kicked out of a dive bar.
So and then actually we were trying to get a little better, and then we met Amanda here about 2.5 years ago. Me and Troy did a lot of touring and a lot of trying and a lot of failing that was involved, but you gotta fail to make it. So we met Amanda. How do we meet?
I was a bartender that night at one of the dive bars. It was called the Turkish Delight, and they were there, and I heard them, and I was like, you know, these two guys, they got something special. So I sat them down, bought them a drink, and we started talking, and I started singing. And from there, I think I touched their lives.
It was a little weird that she just started singing randomly in the middle of our conversation, but it was well appreciated now. In
our profession, it happens a lot, actually.
Absolutely.
I mean, the supermarket, massage parlors, just on the street, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That people just start singing at us, and we're just have to listen to them because maybe they are the next piece to our puzzle, and we can create something even more.
It's true. It's true. Sitting there trying to develop an a cappella group, like when they were working on it, it was rough. It was rough. So I came in and I kind of just crisped up the crisp.
She was the glue, the cohesion
yeah,
that brought.
Yeah, I did that
Brought us all together,
for the
yeah.
for the edges there,
Yeah, so
and it just kind of formulated this
blossomed from there.
This trio,
like a flower.
like a beautiful
flower.
Beautiful,
Like
beautiful
a flower.
That was solid. Good choice.
I would use rose. Well, when I was starting out, I went under Phil, and it wasn't even my name. I wasn't born Phil. I just kind of just went with it, and it didn't do well. No one knew who I was, to be honest. They're just like, hey, there's Phil, and they just think it's a guy they know. So it wasn't very good exposure for me. But then when I met Troy, I think we really did well with our name. But I forgot what your name was when I met you.
Well, for starters, the undertone of Phil was that he may not have been the most expressive person, but Phil in himself made him very personable, and he connected very well with the audience.
It's like I was whispering in your ear right next to you, even though I was on stage with about 25 screaming fans.
It's a very nice touch. And when Phil joined me, Chocolate Thunder, it was quite the connection. There were definitely some sparks.
There were sparks. There were sparks.
But with those sparks, there was clearly a missing piece, a centerpiece, you could say.
Hence the center seat. Well, I was working at a strip club at the time, and my name was Panda Express.
Because you ran the buffet line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was in charge of the buffet line.
Spectacular scrambled eggs. Spectacular.
Yeah, I'm quite a professional, and and I heard these guys talking one late night, and they were trying to figure out what was going on. So I started singing. To them because
Right on
they
the
were
spot.
getting.
By the way, we were there for the buffet.
Yes, yeah.
Strictly for the buffet.
It was a long night. We did a show. It was about a 4.5 hour to about 7 hour show.
It was you get lost in the moment when you're on stage.
Once you get into when you get a rhythm like that, it's unstoppable.
Absolutely, and of course, where are they going to find the best scrambled eggs? Panda Express Town.
Right there.
I believe you already knew that from a prior engagement.
Right. Well, my brother.
Yes, yeah.
My brother Nathaniel.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Nathaniel is the
How
one who
is he, by the way? I know that's not But yeah, I just
he's doing well.
Good, good.
He's
Is
where
he
he
still?
should be.
Is he still
Is he-
with that one? With that one?
He is.
oh,
We'll
Well,
save that
we'll leave
for
it
a
at that. We'll
different.
leave it at that for
different-
now.
Different. It's a long story.
we didn't. Me and her got it.
It's
Don't worry.
okay,
about
it's
it.
okay. But anyways,
Right.
we were there in the scrambled egg line, in the buffet line for the scrambled eggs, and that's when we chanced across you.
That is correct. And I asked these guys, you know, what was your name of your duo? And they were like, what's a duo? I was like, well, we could make this a duo, a trio.
Honestly, I've never heard the term duo, and I was actually a little disappointed in myself, being a musician of my caliber and our caliber, that we just never called ourselves a duo. We were just called two guys, and it just really wasn't, it didn't capture the essence of what we brought on stage. So I believe that all three of us got together, and then we're thinking of a name. And then Troy's like, why don't we take a road trip? I mean, it's like capital idea. So we hopped into my RAV4, a 91 RAV4 at the time. And
That baby could fly.
Yeah,
That baby could fly.
mid-condition.
Killer sound system. Killer.
It really was my baby. And then so we ended up going to Disneyland. We were like,
That was good. Remember that
Yeah,
time with
exactly.
the kid and
We're
the kid
just-
in the line? That kid. Oh, man.
So to Disneyland, I mean, it's the land of happiness. Where better place to generate ideas?
how many great songs has Disney produced over the years? And it was a place that we thought we could get a lot of creative juices flowing. So we went on the Space Needle. And then as we're going, I believe Amanda yells out, Starship Express.
That was it.
Boom.
And we just
were
right
sold.
there-
We got off the ride.
At the same time,
At the top.
they took our picture. We still have that picture framed
And
today.
Under the frame, it is labeled right in the middle. Starship.
Express. Is this for the documentary?
This is the documentary when we get famous on the Tuesdays.
Come up with a group name. That's actually a funny question. I don't recall your name.
It was a rough start for me, but I started as Vanilla Thunder.
Yeah, that's true.
And
That was your stage name.
that was my stage name.
He wasn't born Vanilla Thunder. So,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was a birth certificate.
Yeah, but Vanilla Thunder is what I started as, and I think that once we found Amanda, it really pulled us together as a group, as a name specifically.
Yeah, you know, adding me into it, again, I am really the definition here. I really am the glue that brought us in to become this trio.
If she didn't join the group, I mean, we would still be doing 10-minute ventriloquism acts and then doing an a cappella
And
after, and it just was not.
By definition, would not even be a trio.
No, we were technically no. You're right.
It-
I mean,
it would be a-
two instead of three. It would be
It'd be a
You can't have a
duo.
trio.
You can't have a
It's-
trio with two people.
It would be a duo, guys.
A duo.
A duo.
I've
duo.
never heard that term.
Do not. Don't
not.
do that.
That is spectacular. I've never heard that term.
Hey. Oh!
I can't look at you guys. That's the problem.
I know, I
When
want
we
to
look
make
at
eye
each other,
contact,
it's
but as
just-
soon
when I was
as I do,
starting out, I started my ventriloquism act. I was named Captain O'Houlihan, and it's not. I don't like it now. I don't think. I'm hoping that after this, I don't get called it a lot. But it was pretty dark times after that. But then I went under Silver Fox. That was my name when I met Troy. And I don't recall what your name was at the time.
Silver Fox is what he came in when he met me, and I think that is where we first took the first word of our group name, Silver. And I think that when he met me as Silver Fox, my name was Black Keys. It was for my love of the piano, so we started with Silver, and we were trying to find a way to fit my name into it, but it was tough, and at the time we were trying to think of it, we didn't have anything, and we met Amanda in the middle of our process, and I think that's really what pulled us together.
That's true. The finding a group name is not as easy as you would think it would be. It's not like going into a diamond shop and finding a diamond speaks to you.
You can't just make it up on the spot.
It
just
really,
doesn't happen. that way.
really doesn't happen. Believe me, we tried. So we had Silver, We had black keys over here, and we were trying to figure out, well, how can we put this together?
What, your name, was it Reginald Mustard?
That's what I went by at the bar. I didn't want a lot of men hitting on me,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it was very smart.
Because then, you know, when people call, "Hey, Reg," you know, they didn't know
Yeah.
that it was me.
There
And
was,
so,
there was a dishwasher named Reggie too. And
There
it very
was-
confusing.
You didn't want the mix-up.
Yeah,
Mix-up
you
in the
know.
back.
yeah,
was always tough.
we did fire him though. He did get
was
fired.
Not, he was not very
What
good.
did he get fired for?
He stole hoagie sandwiches.
The
okay.
hoagies.
The
hoagies.
Wow,
He took
wow.
Classic hoagies.
Took him. Yeah.
Nothing like a hoagie at 3 in the morning. Let me tell you, after
Yeah.
a grueling show.
Hoagie film that hits
Yeah.
the spot.
Hoagies just.
And then so we all came together, and then me and Troy, when we were together, we were known as Silver Keys, and we were able to put the names together. It wasn't the best name, and then when we got together, we really brainstormed for a while to come up with our name.
And I feel that Silver Keys, it was the proper name to get us to where we are now. And
It was a jumping off point that we needed.
Exactly,
We desperately
it was-
needed it.
yeah.
it was a middle
It's
piece
big.
that we couldn't live without.
Like, we've never committed to a name. We never committed. I couldn't think of anything on
I
the
can't
last one. I
think of
just
any-
went
like
around in a
any-
circle. I can't. I had it. I was gonna say who let the dogs out, but I don't even know if I was. I think that all our different backgrounds really came into play in our artistic. And all, like, dang it, Amanda, you can't keep doing stuff back there. All your stuff is
Clip.
Got that on camera.
Calling a travel, baby.
Like when I got here, it's not a rap.
Trumpet. 53 seconds. Informality out. Too bad it's not a selfie.
Moment for me.
It's not.
I just came up.
Down a little bit. There you go.
Now it's a proud moment for me because I figured out the camera.
Are you less proud
What?
now?
What? Family.
We don't know what to
Last week there was a lot of partying. And then Amanda comes in, she's like, we should do a family song. Troy's like, that's garbage, we shouldn't do that. I believe it was 2008.
Was it 09?
I was doing a lot of drinking at the time, so I don't recall. That's why I was.
I remember the drinking. I
Nathaniel's,
remember the Nathaniel drinking.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
That's kind of
that
what
was
happened
huge.
there. Yeah, that didn't. It almost split the group up there.
Well, it's a good year.
I still talk to her.